We're sending data. So.
We're sending data.
Hey, pick it up.
Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to Smash Talks. So today we have Andrew, Justice, Jeff, and of course me, myself and I, Hannah. We're going to be talking about all things marketing, advertising, some politics. It might get a little heated in the room, but that's okay. While we're playing, if you can go in the comment section wherever you are, Facebook, YouTube, and just drop any marketing questions that you want answered by us lovely people live on the spot, please do so whenever. And also, if you want to comment on their fantastic or horrible playing skills with our game Smash Bros. Ultimate, also comment on it as well. So,
We
to
want
kick
your
it
hot
off,
takes,
we want your hot takes.
edgy
we want
opinions.
controversy. We want
Controversy.
arguments.
Nothing's off the table.
Nothing's off the table. Okay, so let's play our game. You guys have your characters?
Should we,
All right.
Andrew, pick your
I
character?
need to pick my character. I'm gonna.
Who are you picking?
Who am I picking?
What's the first topic?
Do you
wanna
want
go
me to do a
random?
winning start?
That's fine.
I'm gonna pick this robot.
Okay,
Rob.
so for this game, the topic is, what's more important, targeting or your offer? Who wants to start off?
Oh wow.
I can start off. This is kind of like a chicken or the egg discussion, I guess.
Yeah.
Because one thing that's interesting is you could have a really great offer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if your offer is meant for, I guess, like a gaming demographic, and you serve it to people who are interested in cooking, then your offer won't matter. So it's really like a combination of the two things.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, obviously targeting who should receive your marketing,
Yeah.
right? And your offer, which is like, what are you putting out there into the world? Now, assuming like you can't be discriminatory in your offer, right? Everyone has to get kind of the same thing, the same treatment. You can't be like, you know, no blonde people get this offer, right? But in targeting, you can be discriminatory, right? So let's get right edgy. So maybe, and not saying you might have malicious intent here, it's just like you might know that your product is really preferred by a certain sub-demo or something. And so you can usually get away with a lot more in your targeting than you can do in terms of tweaking your offer and who you get it.
So you're going targeting.
I'm going targeting first. Like I won't even, if I was creating a product,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think about my offer unless I was sure that I could hit the people who are going to become my customers.
Yeah, because the offer doesn't matter if you're not hitting the right audience,
Yeah,
right?
so I mean, neither of them matter. You can't do it without either.
Yeah,
right?
it's
so,
really both.
Like you don't have a marketing concept
Like,
without both.
If
right?
you have an offer that's meant for a certain type of audience and you serve it to the wrong audience, then the offer doesn't matter.
Wouldn't you say that most platforms now will kind of like find your audience
Well,
for you?
Some of them
if you trust them to do that,
have automated, like Facebook has gotten really robust with its
Hasn't it?
OCPM
Hasn't
algorithm.
it? So it's
But
all
still,
about.
but still with like certain types of, like it still is targeting. Like you're still relying on a targeting feature.
oh,
Fair enough. I think it's a little bit more industry specific. There are some industries I feel like they can be so general or
Like
so
what
mass.
industries?
Like maybe some like what would be a good one?
Yeah, just like a mass market industry.
Yeah,
right?
a mass market industry like maybe
everyone
like
buys food, everyone
food,
buys cars.
certain
Yeah.
clothes, things of that nature that everybody kind of needs.
ooh.
A lot of like consumer goods and consumer services.
But regarding clothes, if you served ads for women's fashion to like a male audience, wouldn't you say
Here's what I'm
it
saying.
doesn't matter
No,
if
no,
you're
the
serving
offer doesn't
80%
matter.
off
Here's what I'm
and
saying.
you're trying to sell
You're-
bras to men, you're
Yeah.
not going to succeed.
All I'm saying is your
So-
targeting doesn't have to be perfect. Your targeting can be kind of okay, but if your offer is shit, no one's gonna buy it, even if the targeting is good. So if you're selling something and it's not a good deal, it's not a good price, maybe it's too expensive, or people don't see the value from it, no one's gonna buy your whatever you're trying to sell.
What I think is smart is if you're smart, you're going to be probing the spectrum of both, right? You're going to be getting very incremental and granular with both sides of that equation, and you're going to be intersecting them and figure out where you're getting the best performance, right?
Let me ask you something. What
Ooh, nice.
what's
complimenting my
like
own
would you say like you like pizza, right?
I do like pizza.
All right, cool. So if I was trying to sell pizzas right now and I was like, "Hey man, you want to buy this pizza for like $30?" and like it's your favorite flavor of pizza, and you're like, you'd probably be like, "Nah, I don't want that pizza because the offer isn't good." But if I'm like, "Hey, do you want to buy this pizza? I'm gonna throw in a free soda, some cinnamon sticks, and this really cool person in this Pikachu outfit's gonna deliver it to you.
Defend yourself,
Absolutely.
Justice.
That's a good offer.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hannah is sold on this.
I was saying you was
Hannah was like, where can I invest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've kind of given a decent overview of that one. I think you could go into excruciating depth with that in case studies where people have had either really compelling offers with really general targeting, right? I think the ultimate solution is like the best offer to the best targets, right?
Right.
And so that could end up being many offers to many segments.
Yeah.
Right. And what's difficult about that is it takes time and money to figure that out, right? Unless you are some sort of genius and just know. I mean, nothing about that's inherently about digital either, right? So like, before digital, advertisers had to figure out this problem, and when they just had to be smart.
We don't live in a world of absolutes, and the question is kind of an absolute. So it's like, it is a combination of both, right? And you could get into this whole like chicken or the egg discussion, and we could go on for forever, but it really is a combination of both.
Well, here's the thing I would say to kind of like maybe wrap this up a little bit. There's a lot of competition in most industries now, right? So like, if you're trying to compete with, let's say you're doing e-commerce, you're trying to compete with Amazon and people who are on other channels, the only way you're going to compete with a more established brand is if you have a good offer. So even though you're talking to the right people, you're in front of them, most people are going to do a fair amount of product research. So you need a good deal for them to choose you over, a more established competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The offer matters, and so does the targeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think we killed that one.
We can answer. There's some questions
Are there questions in
Okay.
the chat?
in the chat.
Let's
I
do the
want to hear
questions.
about the offers the chat's doing as well. Do you have
the
a
audience
special
think about
offer?
this?
What's on sale at your business right now?
Sell us.
Yeah, sell us your shit.
So one is
Sell me this pen.
very generic from Raving Junk Removal Entrepreneur. It's that's the name of his channel.
Junk removal
That's-
entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Okay.
Okay, see, that's a compelling offer.
Because
Because I was like, why
I want
does
to
a-
remove my
why
junk.
does a junk removal offer need to be in my live stream? I'm like,
So here's the question: is print mark? Oh
what's happening?
no. We'll,
Question.
Hold the
Sudden
phones.
says there is. This is gonna end very quickly. I can just.
Oh,
yeah,
no!
see, I knew that was gonna happen.
All right.
Blew my
let's-
jets
So
too
we'll save
early.
the question for next time.
Okay. For the next game,
For the
we'll
next
answer
game.
your question.
We'll,
All right.
Junk removal entrepreneur.
Calling the roll.
How we doing, Noah? Are the people having fun?
people are having fun. I feel like it.
Solid.
Are y'all having fun? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
All right. What? Well, no, they're
All right.
asking if they're
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
The comments.
That'll be cool.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I
right.
found that, by the way,
Everyone's
when you're
got their
doing
stuff.
your live streams, it's been shown that having off-camera banter with your director/producer actually endears you to your audience more and creates, engagement. That's why you
Interesting.
see them intentionally breaking, kind of like
You
we're
should be
doing
on.
now.
I would say just show
Yeah.
yourself.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see you.
He's the head of video,
See?
producer.
See how
director.
engaged you are right now?
All right. So
All right.
this is
Let's answer this
removal
question.
entrepreneur. So now Noah is audience from the
All right.
or audience
Lucario.
questions.
All right. What's the question? Oh, this
Is
man.
print marketing dead?
Is it dead?
Yeah.
I don't think it's dead. I think it depends on the product and the industry that you're working in.
Obviously, it's
obvious-
not what it once was.
It's obviously not what it was.
Print marketing dead. So most actual copywriters would say no. Like,
Yeah.
if you have like a really long form copy in like a magazine or a newspaper, and it's really well done by an actual established copywriter, these guys are still pulling in massive amounts of money from older types of like
graphics?
sales letters. You ever still get those, like sales letters, or like from an investment company telling you to like
So
buy
you're saying
Bitcoins or whatnot?
certain audiences still consume print.
Yeah,
media.
yeah,
Yeah.
But it's very rare though. There's almost like niche industries.
Yeah.
There's like there's still these things. There's communities around like certain types of magazines that if you really know your demographic, like car buyers, they still buy car magazines for the nostalgia of it. So you have to really it's case by case by industry.
Yeah.
I would say certain industries are more engaged with it.
I have a
And
feeling
Sales letters
his
still work.
his specific situation may be that he's sending out mailers or something. I don't know. Junk
Yeah, there's
removal. entrepreneur.
get Shrek. There's a lot of print, right? And I believe there
Yeah.
was a study recently that found that print has bottomed out and may even be coming back slightly. And that's just in terms of the overall, like one way to measure this is like measuring advertising revenue for print media, right? Because their entire business is based on, well, both subscriptions and advertising, right? But those are proportionate to each other. The value of advertising in print, you're selling advertising proportionate to how many your readership
throwing
is,
sausages.
right? So they've seen in studies that like major newspapers, like the price of advertising has finally hit kind of rock bottom and maybe coming up now. So that's a sign that maybe the digital transformation has kind of
Saturated.
finally hit its saturation.
Yeah.
And now we basically, you can know if you're thinking about advertising in print, you know you're at least getting a good deal compared to digital. Like they're aware that people have options for your message now. So if you're, especially for local business, I think there's some good print. Again, like I still wonder like why do I get like those giant books of like garbage coupons and offers like delivered to my door every week like that.
They might be working.
I'm like, do people use
for
these?
some demographics? Like I'm thinking older age groups, they might work.
I mean, there
It's
are
hard to
those
tell.
extreme couponers, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
He said
More.
bingo, by the way. So I think you answered
Oh, it
this
did?
question.
Okay.
So the next question is from, let me see, Rachel. She
Rachel.
asks, hey Rachel, she asks, what are your thoughts around dollar off discounts or % off discounts? Best
Ooh.
way to evaluate / decide.
Depends on how many different price point products you have. So if all of your if you have multiple products and they vary a lot in your price point,
Be me.
it depends. I mean, also depends on like what your margins are too. There's
Yeah.
other factors here at play.
So what factors should she consider, you said? How many
Well,
products you're selling?
So for example, if you have products that are priced at like $10 and then products that are priced at $100, and you give a $1 off coupon of $30, you could have customers come in. Who just use the dollar amount and then never end up actually paying you anything. So they just buy like 3 $10 products and they don't actually pay anything. Whereas if you have all products that are like $100 products and more, and you give like a $30 off coupon, then you know you'll at least get $70 from a customer, right? So
Okay.
there's other factors here.
She says she has 4,000 SKU numbers.
That's a lot of
Okay.
SKUs.
It
That's
is
a lot of SKUs. Not a ton of, not an insane amount of SKUs, but
I imagine the price points vary a lot too.
I think from a customer experience perspective, I think percentage off makes a lot more sense when it's something that they might be used to buying something every day, where you're familiar with that price, right?
It's really easy to
yeah. Whereas dollar off might be a little more meaningful.
I mean,
to someone who's like maybe just discovering your product.
the actual marketing answers, you probably should test it. I'd probably go with the one that has probably the more perception, the more perceived value on it, and just see how that one does. If you're doing like, if you do like $5 off, or if you do like, 20% off, the 20% kind of does have this higher perception that people would get more value from. So I'll probably test it, but then depending on which one seems more valuable for the customer is probably what they're going to go with.
I'm trying to kill you.
I hope that helps
Oh.
you, Rachel. Okay, so the last one you guys can try to answer within a minute, unless you guys kill each other first, is from James Hill. He says he sells vinyl manufacturing for bands that are upwards of $2,000 per sale. Would you advertise on Google Ads or Facebook/IG?
I missed the first half of what he's.
For bands, these are vinyl.
Manufacturing
Okay.
for brands that are upwards of $2,000 per
So
lead.
he's a service. So if I want to get
Okay.
my shitty demo pressed into vinyl, I call him.
Maybe.
Well,
You call James.
For brands, not bands.
Brands.
Oh, for bands.
Oh no, bands.
Bands. with-
Vinyl manufacturing
for music.
bands.
So he is pressing
Yeah.
wax, like vinyl.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a cool
vinyl's like
product.
growing one of the biggest growing like products in music.
His question is, which channels should he be advertising on?
Google Ads or Facebook/IG.
So Google Ads you could use as your like first starting point to target search, to target keywords that are high intent for your product. So you can target the keywords that are vinyl manufacturing.
If you're just starting out, like I
example.
think bottom funnel is search intent because it's easy to anticipate. You're gonna know your core keywords. You kind of know what you are, which is vinyl pressing for bands, right?
Yeah.
But you can also go after benefit keywords. So bands might not know what they want. So you can search bands who are trying to like
Choose your
bands
player.
sell merch, or like I want to sell merch or make it.
Should we do
sell
random,
cool things
all
for
of
bands.
us?
Random.
Let's do
Random.
Random.
All right. So we're gonna switch off of audience questions right now.
All right.
Who wants to start this game?
I mean, I'd be super down to check out this vinyl pressing.
Yeah,
day.
it sounds cool.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so this question is, what's more important in marketing, ad copy or ad creative? Justice.
It's obviously the copy.
What?
Copy is king, bro. What are you talking about?
I mean, these are both.
Listen. I mean,
Oh God.
I don't.
when you're trying to sell something, right?
How did we all end up these like
pictures
pests?
can pictures say a lot. You can get someone's attention with a picture, but you need the story, you need a narrative, you need the benefits, you need to kind of outlay the features. If
Can
you're
can you tell a story with pictures?
you could. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
They are worth
so
1,000
Is
words.
the
Do you
creative
think-
being meant to be seen
Do
as
you think that-
images in this context, or like I see that like copy is like an overall part of your
the
creative?
the problem with the pictures sometimes is that sometimes people can kind of create their own story. Everyone has a different perception of what's going on.
Okay.
You need to communicate what your intentions are for the ad.
Yeah.
Copy does that. Pictures don't.
So, do you think the platform matters?
Oh, you got
maybe-
Yushi'd.
What about a more visual platform like Instagram, for example? Do you think copy matters more on Instagram?
No.
You know what? That's a good
I'll
point.
answer that for you.
That's a good point.
Look, I'll quote Ogilvy on advertising. If it doesn't sell, it isn't creative, right? So like you need to get your overall brand figured out. You need to know like what you want people to think and feel when they're encountered with your brand. A lot of people think a brand is like something really simple, and it's like just something that a bunch of art students just sit around and come out of. With the end of the day, they come out with like a doodle or a jingle. It's not that.
Yeah.
You need a brand is an argument for the mindset that you want someone to have after encountering your brand. You literally want to think about who's your audience as they are before they know you, and then who are they going to be after they're exposed to you. And everything that happens in between is your brand. So you want to make sure that everything flows from that, whether it's a visual or if it's text-based. There's very few concepts, I think, that are now just one or the other.
I mean, here's what I'll say too. So creative is really good for getting someone's attention, right? But once you have someone's attention, what do you do with it? That's where the copy comes in. What are you saying to them?
There's products that people buy just purely off of visuals. So like, think about like traditional like commercial advertising for something like tennis shoes, for example, right? You don't necessarily need ad copy to convince someone to buy tennis shoes. You're gonna lean a lot more on the visuals. Like, okay, this tennis shoe looks really cool, and I'm showing you people who
Based
are
on the
using
product.
it in certain situations that you want to use it in, like you're playing basketball. Like you're still telling a story.
It's less convincing
not-
from text.
Here's the
like-
thing too. So like, yeah, I'd say that's true to a point. If things are priced in a way that people are like, I'm willing to pay this much for a product.
Look,
I'll do it.
I don't think
But-
this question's about price at all. I think you know your price and you've already like priced and positioned your product. The question is like, if you have some flashy tennis shoes that are really good, what's more persuasive? Telling people in text, these are good tennis shoes, you're gonna be so sporty, or versus showing a picture of the most awesome looking tennis shoes that just sells itself, right? Because anyone who would be wearing these like accomplishes your idea of like sporty and what you want, right?
Yeah.
So like in that area, images can do everything. But if your product is disruptive or needs education, like people can't like, imagine showing a picture of like an Uber driver and explaining ride sharing to someone in a picture, right? You can't do that, right? Try explaining a service in a picture. So you gotta have both.
Or video. It could be explained in a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving pictures with text,
Moving
Hannah
pictures.
said.
Moving
Copies.
pictures.
What
Wow,
are
what a
they?
concept.
Copies.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is another one of those things where it's like, this isn't really an absolute.
Yeah.
And it really depends on the situation, which one you're going to lean on more. And the platform. Like, the media that you're serving your ads on, it's going to vary. You can't use like a lot of copy with very visual platforms.
Oh, I forgot about this move.
So what would you suggest that people start off with? Like if you're starting to build a campaign or an ad.
Well, it's not
what
an
do you focus on
absolute.
first?
Like, again, it depends on the platform. It depends on what you're selling. So there's not like one answer that applies to every situation, right? So again, if you're selling tennis shoes and you want to serve ads on Instagram, you're going to lean a lot more on the image, right? Or video. But if you're selling a professional service, like a B2B SaaS product, you need to explain your product probably in some way or another through ad copy. And so you're going to lean a bit more on the ad copy in some instances there. It really depends. So think about the platform, think about your product, think about the story that you want to tell, and think about what is the most compelling way to convey that to your audience.
I'm just waiting for Justice to just go already. I don't know how you're lasting this long. You're almost at 200. It's not skill. It's just like you're. Just have it happen. There we go. That's all I wanted. There we go. Finally.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we probably have. Noah, do you want to do audience questions, or do you want to do one more
Who's
prompt
got a
question?
question?
What do you think? We
I
can do
did
the
not like that
the
random.
politics question.
Let's go to the audience.
Politics.
We only have
Who
one.
trusts us on politics?
Maybe they do. Or you know what? Let's talk about marketing conferences.
Supposedly, people like
Nah, let's do politics. I don't want to talk about politics.
Choose your characters.
All right.
Who's the most political character? Probably.
Shulk's a good one. No one ever plays
Captain
them.
Probably-
Falcon,
He
bro.
is good.
No,
I'm
Dark.
going to be Little Mac. Wait, what's our map? We don't know.
I don't think you know.
Snake.
There's a couple
Okay.
audience questions
There's
in there,
one.
but the
Snake works
biggest
for the
one of that
government.
and going to another.
Okay.
Dark
Cool.
Samus is clearly.
So, raving junk removal entrepreneur is back. He said, when doing
Love
a
that
survey, should you include a giveaway to complete it?
Survey.
To encourage engagement.
This is again what we talked about with the offer.
Yeah, like look, our office building just wanted us to fill out some surveys, right? And so they were
For ice
incentivizing
cream.
everyone in the building
Yeah, this
to
is
go,
a great
and they
story.
wanted to know how people get to work for some reason. And if it's too cold in the office, and they were also passive aggressively saying like, if it's too cold, would you put on a sweater? You know, but they wanted everyone in this building, and we work in a big skyscraper in downtown Los Angeles because we're a very big successful ad agency.
Absolutely.
And they were incentivizing surveys by having this ice cream truck downstairs, right? And they'd give you a free ice cream novelty for every survey you turned in. And we all, that got us clearly. We all hold the phones, pause all client work. We're all gonna go downstairs and get some.
How
ice
did you
cream,
kill
right?
yourself?
As you would.
Try
Already
the fucking
out.
go under the shit.
And what we found is that there was something quite unusual happening with this ice cream offer for these surveys, in that they were basically just handing out multiple surveys to anyone. They just want to hit their quota, and we're just giving away as much ice cream as it could.
Listen.
And eventually, then multiple people taking multiple surveys, and that just ruined the integrity of the study.
And my survey
Hold on.
wasn't even done correctly because I had Anthony fill out mine, and he just did random ticks.
Yeah, so what are you trying to do? Are you trying to give away giveaways, or are you trying to, is the point of this survey to market to people later, or is it to actually get good information?
Yeah.
So if the more you incentivize people to just take your survey instead of giving you good data, the bigger the threat to your data you're gonna see. So again, you can still do that, and you gotta give people some exchange of value. No one's just gonna tell you something for free. Although some people do just like to share their opinions, right? So unless you're in something that's very culturally mainstream, which Democrat do you hate the most, right? Really easy to fill out that survey, right? Because people get some validation from doing that.
They want to engage with
Yeah,
it.
they want to engage with that. But if you're doing surveys like market research or anything that boring,
You need an incentive.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just incentivized you to death.
Not I haven't killed you yet.
Yeah, because I'm Dark Samus. the most
I think
political
Justice has
character.
some things he wants to say about
You want to
this.
say just
Yeah, so with
Question before
survey,
we move on.
actually, you're really interesting. We actually, I used to work with a client who was doing a lot of surveys, and one of their biggest problems was
Let's just do
they were giving away prizes, and they need to be really believable. Because people were like, we don't believe it. But I've never seen anybody just willingly fill out a survey out of the kindness of their heart. It needs to be incentivized. The conversion rate on that ice cream survey in our office was probably
It was probably
90%.
400% because they gave people multiples. That's a completely ridiculous
Yeah.
survey.
Yeah, I would say definitely you have to have an offer or something to incentivize people with. It's just what should that be is probably what you want to start testing out. That's the real question.
And I've run survey campaigns even on organic social that did something great, right? And it'd be maybe not a giveaway, but I did an eligible for a raffle, you're entered to win something. So you only have to give away one thing. Yeah, get wrecked.
The worst.
Yeah.
Andrew he was
have-
talking most of the time,
Yeah.
and he still won.
Did you die once?
I
He
think I
died
had
once.
Yeah.
Wow.
I only got him once.
Don't worry, I'm gonna take this.
We
next
have
game.
time for one more game.
I'm gonna take this next game.
One
don't
more
worry.
game.
I
Alright.
guarantee I'm
and
taking this next
we
game.
have 2 questions from the audience, so maybe we'll just stick on here.
Okay.
James is. Oh, actually no. We'll pick your characters first.
Okay.
I want the audience. Okay, audience, give me a character.
They don't answer
Anyone?
quickly enough.
Faster.
So.
Why don't you
All right.
go
Yeah.
narrow?
I feel like the audience wants me to play Falcon.
no, we'll pick Dark Samus again.
No.
No, he doesn't want to.
All right, ready?
Wait, no. I'm
Okay.
Marth. So we're all
Okay.
sorting out now.
All right. Swords.
Oh, now you
Wait,
know. Justice is determined.
Hold on, I picked the wrong character.
Audience one.
Well, you're stuck
only
with
have-
it.
Yeah, no, I gotta
You're stuck.
play with Mark's
You don't want
sister.
to.
You're stuck with it.
Are they
Okay, so
related?
here's the
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
It is from James.
Okay, James.
This is the vinyl guy.
All right.
He said, when selling such a high price ticket item, would you follow up using Infusionsoft
Ooh.
/ drip emails, using video showing product or links to FAQ pages, blah, blah, blah.
All of the above.
Infusionsoft is just a platform that does drip and like.
Yeah, he's
CRM
just
and
asking
stuff.
if like email follow up. I don't think he's asking about Infusionsoft.
Yeah, definitely drip campaigns for any
Yeah.
complex. Like, in fact, if any product other than an impulse buy, you can benefit from doing drip email marketing, right?
Yeah.
To people assuming they have some interest or they're in some funnel for you. So yeah, always a good recommendation to be doing that, to be doing CRM and pulling insights out of that.
And the other ask is what video ads? Is that what he said?
He said using video showing product or links to FAQ.
Yeah, so it's a high price item, right? So users, it sounds like might be doing a bit more research than like a regular item that they purchase. So I think honestly all of the above. Any way that you can make sure
Yeah.
you're reaching your audience, anyone who's already shown interest, and make sure that you're answering any questions that they may have about the product,
No! Oh!
any reservations that they may have about the product, through drip
Stop
campaigns
jumping away from
and
me,
retargeting campaigns.
Someone asked
Okay.
to play Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Oh god.
That's
Mega
Noah's
Man.
character, low key.
All right. If we, I don't know if we have any
We
more games.
definitely
in.
won't have
Another
time.
question there.
Yeah.
Coconut. Conduit Digital.
Yeah.
Coconut Digital.
Coconut Digital.
He
Conduit.
said, first of all, you said great stuff.
Congrats on having the best
Thank you,
name
Coconut.
so far.
Is
Thanks.
that coconut?
Conduit.
Conduit.
I like
Conduit
Coconut
Digital.
better.
Oh, okay.
Now you're coconut. What is your advice for creating content when your audience is a very niche B2B market?
Oh, for
Oh, wow.
audience targeting?
Yeah, for niche, for
Creating
B2B
content.
niche.
Oh, creating
so
content.
For
Creating
content.
content.
creating content.
All right, so we went over this a while ago, but to restate it, there's always problems in your niche. There's always certain hot topics that people kind of want answers to.
Yeah, go for
Create
it.
content to answer those questions.
Yeah.
It could
or-
be like ebooks,
Be a thought
it could be
leader.
guides,
Yeah.
it could be like listicles, infographics.
It doesn't even have
Videos.
to be super salesy. It just establishes you as the authority, right?
Yeah.
So like one thing that like Recurly will do really well is they will just like, because they're able to kind of data mine their niche a little bit, and they'll just publish these free studies for like trends in certain areas segmented by vertical. So you might own a tiny piece of a niche, but there's factors that cut across your niche that might be a lot more open-ended. So like, what about your niche with respect to e-commerce or streaming or retail or healthcare or something like that? And just see, and you have all those are a different piece you can write and different like piece of value you can deliver. So there's always like, there's no bottom of the well, right? You can always get more niche and always have something to write about, and that's going to attract people who might not be coming directly to your niche, but coming to that other concept, which I think is what we're calling, what Larry Kim calls an inverted unicorn, right?
So
that-
how would you advise
that's a
for them to
content
find
framework.
the questions that people are asking?
Another thing, kind of answer this question too. You don't even have to reinvent the wheel that much. If you know your competitors, they may already know the answers to some of the questions you're asking. So just who are they targeting? What
Yeah.
kind of content are they pushing out, if at all?
Yeah, do some competitor research, obviously, especially if like intent-driven, like asking questions for me, I just see that as search marketing, right? Because that's literally someone's typing in a Google box what their intent is. So one, if you're doing that, mine your search term reports and see what people are actually typing. If you're not doing that, you can go to something like SpyFu or Nacho Analytics, although
AskThePublic.com.
and go
Good.
see what your competitors are targeting. So if you see 3 of your competitors in your niche and they're all targeting the same keyword, then that's a pretty good idea that there's actually like value behind this.
Or in Facebook, there's a Facebook ad library. You can actually look at your competitors' ads. So you can actually see what they're testing. You can kind of get an idea who they're targeting. You can kind of see what's working for them because they're obviously spending money on it as well.
Okay, so
Freaking mushroom.
let's try to do one more audience question.
Okay.
This is from Aru. He said, maybe I can answer this quickly. What kind of ads work best on Facebook for conversions?
None of them. Use Google.
I don't know how to answer it without knowing what your company or product is.
Yeah.
Aru, specify.
Yeah.
There's what kind of ads work best for conversion. I imagine you're asking about like the placement or like the ad type. Carousel ads work really well for
They
e-commerce.
want the best ads, Jeff.
If you have multiple products, carousel ads are a great way to showcase multiple products.
Some of those dynamic product ads, if you're doing retargeting,
Guys,
those work really well.
Like, I hate to
Dynamic
break
product
this to
ads.
you, audience, but there's no hacks, okay? There's no just, oh, if you push this button, you get all the results, because those are the best format. No, these are very sophisticated platforms, and they have different tools that are right for different jobs, okay? The only tool you have is a hammer, then everything looks like something that's got to be nailed down.
You should be wary of anyone who gives advice that speaks in absolutes or says, you should do this
Yeah.
in every situation.
Yeah, but to kind of answer this question a little bit, I'd probably say lead generation ads work really well in like SaaS companies.
They do.
And then
They do.
if you have like an e-commerce product or I guess like a tangible product, the simpler it is, the more likely an image ad will work for you. The more complex it is, if it needs to be explained at some level, because there's certain functionality to it, then you may want to do a video ad. That's probably going to work better for you.
Yeah.
Our newsletter's dead. Still ask this.
No, audience building is not dead. Like the whole concept of like building an audience and having people engage with you is still there, but no one's just gonna sign up for your newsletter for no reason. So again, probably give out some ice cream
No, I killed
or
myself.
reason for people to be on your
Goes
newsletter.
down with his character.
Yeah,
All right.
newsletters are great for retargeting, especially if you're getting out valuable content.
James said, boom.
Boom.
All right,
All right, thanks,
Boom.
guys.
Is that it for this week?
It's it
Oh,
for
yeah.
this week.
Join your heroes next week when we
Next
talk
week.
about Bernie Sanders and
And Trump.
And everything controversial.
All
Yeah.
the controversial things.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
and the search for Eric.
Search for
Where's Eric?
today?
Where's Eric?
Where's Eric?
Find out next week.
Find out
You see
next
what
week.
happens when he's gone?
Plug Marketing School
Okay,
Live.
also Marketing School Live. Oh, yeah. So either go on our YouTube channel page, look for Marketing School Live. There you can be reminded to check out the 8-hour live stream that we have for the Marketing School event that has Neil Patel talking, the CSO and co-founder of Health Aid Kombucha, Yaniv from Nextiva, all these great people.
Larry Kim from
Larry
WordStream.
Kim.
No,
From
Mobile Monkey.
Mobile Monkey.
Mobile
Justice,
WordStream
leave
does
this
not
to the
exist. It's Mobile
professionals. Okay, so just go to that live stream if you want.
So many companies
Also,
go.
share this video, tell your friends about it. Come back next week. It's every Wednesday at noon Pacific time. That's it, yeah?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feed.
Okay, bye.